Pro Daily. That's the term we came up with here on Big Muscle to describe the majority of today's modern builds. What that means is it's not a full-on pro touring car or a pro street car, but instead, it finds itself somewhere in the middle by combining the best attributes of a daily driver with the best attributes of today's modern sports cars. This 69 Camaro was built around that philosophy, and although it's not the best in any one discipline, you can rest assured that it's comfortable in any arena you throw it into.
Times on this show I've said everybody builds first-gen Camaros and they're all exactly the same and they follow the same exact formula and they do the same exact things and blah 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 blah. I'm saying that about myself, of course. This first-gen Camaro is something that I felt that we needed to film because it's a little bit different than every other first-gen Camaro out there. First and foremost, it has a carburetor on top of the motor. Everybody else is doing the LS motors, which is great, but not that traditional. I wanted to stay traditional. I wanted to stay naturally aspirated. So we've got a 383 stroker. It's about 500 horsepower, about 515 foot-pounds of torque. You know, everybody's questioning, why aren't you going LS? You know, everybody's got a Camaro with an LS swap. For certain cars, absolutely. They make all the sense in the world. Fuel injected, better mileage. But again, I just wanted to stay old school. I love the look. I love the sound of a naturally aspirated car. And you know, for me, that was the best fit. It is not so much a pro touring car, but a pro daily car. Now let's talk about aspects of a pro daily. Decent suspension, decent brakes, nice steering, comfort, a couple of amenities, and things that just make you go, this is an enjoyable automobile to drive. For suspension, you know, to go with that pro touring theme, decided to go with the full Ride Tech setup front and rear. We're running shock waves. I love the adjustability of the air ride aspect. As you can see, we've got it dumped. To me, nothing looks better than, you know, a dumped first gen. But then when I throw a couple guys in the car or I'm going in a steep driveway over speed bumps, you know, I don't have to worry about it scraping. I can air it up a little bit more, get all the clearance that I want, but it still gives me the performance when we're out driving and ripping around. Every car that I've ever driven with airbags always has a problem. They never ride properly. They always seem like more of a hassle than anything else. When you go around a corner, it's kind of interesting. Like, you have that flex in the bags, but then once they set, it's fine and you can power into and out of any corner you want. It works great. I dare to say this might be the best airbag equipped car I've ever driven. The end result of every build should be a focused piece, something that you look at and you're proud of. You never want to look at what you build and go, oh, I should have done this and I should have done that. In Jeff's case, he hit his goal. And here's why. Jeff planned out his build. He's like, I wanted my car to do everything. I will go to the track and I will go to the autocross, but that's not my primary thing. My primary thing is to enjoy it. We started talking, you know, we wanted something that had the pro touring theme. I want to go to the autocross, I want to get it out to the road track, I'd love to run Optima someday. I wanted the best of everything, right? I wanted the classic look, I wanted the styling of a first-gen Camaro, specifically a 69, but I wanted the reliability, I wanted the durability, I wanted the improved handling, I wanted the improved performance, so that's why we went the route that we did. So one of the best things that Jeff did was hook up with Chris at West Coast Autocraft. And by doing that, what did he get? Well, he got a guy that knows how to sync up 6 Weber carburetors on a Ferrari to tune the one Holly that sits on top of this thing. You know what that means? It means somebody with skill and expertise took the time to sort this car out so it runs perfectly. Expertise like that is tough to find, and you have to do your research and take your time to actually locate that person and to quantify their talents. Now let's talk about styling. Subtle cues that in 10 years or 15 years, people will still look at and go, somebody took the time to actually design a car correctly.
Chris had started talking about some of the custom things he'd wanted to do to a first-gen Camaro. We decided to get a rendering. He showed me what he wanted to do to the front end. We have an RS grille, as you can see up in front. Obviously, it's not stock. But what we did is we recessed it 2 inches back. We added a 3/8 inch of stock all the way around the front of the nose to hide the outside of the grille.
The fenders, subtle flares, but it gives the car a Trans Am style look and feel.
We stretched the front fenders, expanded them out about 2 inches. On the rear quarters, we expanded them out about 3 inches. We had to bring the doors out to fit the fender as well as the quarters. All the lines are extremely sharp with the rockers, shaved the windshield wipers, shaved all the door locks and the trunk lock off. We went with the second-gen mirrors.
The spoiler in the rear, that's a normal Camaro spoiler. However, it's been cut in half and shaved and put back on the deck lid. It looks great. Love the interior, one of my favorite parts about this car. Houndstooth interior on basically stock seats with just a couple of extra inches added to the bolsters so they're more comfortable and give you a little more lateral support.
The main theme that we had going through the whole build was less is more. You know, you see a lot of beautiful, fantastic interiors, custom, high-end, over the top, but to me, they become dated. So for the interior, we wanted to stay with the same theme. We wanted to go with the minimalist approach, didn't want to get gaudy. It's very stock looking. We upgraded the seats, they're bolstered, so it gives you more of that modern comfort. We upgraded the dash. We have a DSC dash carrier in here with the odometer gauges to go with, you know, kind of that road race theme. We deleted the stereo. It's in the trunk. Everything's hidden, but it's very comfortable. It's great for long drives, and it'll stand the test of time.
Don't stray from your vision. Do not look at the internet and just because some jackass says you need to put an LS motor in a Camaro, don't do it. If you want a naturally aspirated engine in here, man, go that route. Go with a freaking carb on top. That's okay, because I got news. Everybody with an LS1 or 2 in 15 years, oh, he's just got an LS1 in that thing. God, he built that 15 years ago. It's gonna be dated. But you know what? A 383 with a carb will always, always look right.
It's really easy to be swayed and enticed by seeing, you know, these crazy high dollar builds that are out there. For me, it was budget, but a lot of it was staying true to what I was looking for and not going overkill and building something that I'd never fully utilize the capabilities of the car that I was going to build. A lot of it had to do with Chris. He's got a lot of experience with cars like this. And so when we started talking about, well, let's do this with the suspension, or let's do that with the motor, or let's do, you know, something else, he's like, no, you're getting away from the original goal and objective, plus it's gonna cost a lot more money, so let's just stay with the course. We can always make the change later, and let's see how things turn out. And to me, it's perfect.
He contacted a great builder, they came up with a plan, they executed that plan, and what's the result? A great car. Sounds good, runs good, makes you giggle. It's just fun, man. You don't need 1,000,000 horsepower. Listen to that sound. Listen to what that does. It makes you crack up and it turns you into a little kid. You know, we weren't going that fast, but I felt like friggin' Penske behind the wheel of this thing. This thing is bitchin'.
Losing your way during the build process is not an uncommon thing. We're influenced by friends and family and the internet, and in the end, sometimes we wind up with a car that wasn't really what we envisioned. Using your gut, regardless of its size, is what you as enthusiasts need to do. Dig deep and find your passion, and then put that passion into your car, and I promise you, you'll wind up with something that you'll enjoy for years to come.